Good evening. My name is Raven Blow, and today I will be doing an interview on Mr. Derrence Phillps. How are you doing today, Mr. Derrence Phillps?
I'm finding yourself.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So today I'll be just asking you some few questions, mostly just about tennis issue and a few personal questions. So, Mr. Phillips, tell me about yourself.
Okay, I'm 39 years old. I was born in Meharry, Texas, then moved to Fort Worth, Texas. Went to school in Everman, Texas, which is a small town away from Fort Worth, and I graduated there in 1994. And shortly after that, in '95, I moved to Houston, Texas. I'm currently a teacher, a seventh grade science teacher in Alief Independent School District, and I've been here for about 20 years now in Houston.
Okay, Mr. Phillips, share with me just some little childhood experiences growing up in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, well, my childhood was really humble. Again, I am the oldest of two children, and I was around my cousins a lot. So basically, I really didn't need too many friends because all of my cousins were always around me. We played together. We went to Six Flags together. Um, my mom, dad were both humble people. We lived a middle class life. Um, Grandmother, great person, loved to cook, and she just made sure that we were well rounded and grounded as we were coming up.
Okay, and Mr. Phillips, as growing up as a child, did your parents ever discuss race or racism with you guys?
Actually, no, they never did discuss racism with us, but I did have one encounter of racism while I was in high school. And to make a long story short on that, it was me, a couple of African American guys, and a couple of Caucasian um, students with us, and we went into this store, and a Caucasian older male yelled out to our friend, which was a Caucasian woman, or girl, are you crazy? You with a bunch of these N words. So that was kind of abrupt to us. It didn't feel good, but that was about the only type of racism that I've encountered so far that I know of.
Okay, and that's, being you, growing up, I know you attended middle school and high school and had some type of guidance in your life. What made you specifically choose Texas Southern University to attend?
Okay, that's a funny story because I honestly was not supposed to attend any college. I was supposed to go to a trade school in Fort Worth and try to make something out of myself in that manner there. But one of my best friends asked me to come down to Houston with him to attend Texas Southern. He had already enrolled and everything and been accepted. So I told him no, I was not going to go. But one day he asked me to come down there with his mother, and that's what we did. We traveled from Fort Worth to Houston, and we visited him at that particular point in time. So during that weekend, there was this party called Alpha Icebreaker, which is a historically black Greek fraternity, and we went to that particular party. So, and as we were going to that party, something just, well, this young lady pointed me out stating that she would like to be with a man like me. So I was young and I'm like, was she talking to me? So therefore, number one, before I even say that education was what I was looking for, that is really what made me say, look, it's time for me to go to TSU. So I enrolled in Tarrant County Junior College at the time in Fort Worth, and then the spring semester in '95, I moved to Houston and attended Texas Southern University.
Okay, and then while attending Texas Southern, what did you take up? What was your major there?
My major was business administration. Originally started out with computer science, but that didn't work out for me. So therefore, I transferred over to business administration, and by the grace of God, I did go ahead and graduate with a business administration degree.
Okay, and by you saying you graduated with a business degree, how did that prepare you for the life you're in now?
The business field taught me a whole lot of things of how to act in certain ways in certain situations. Um, it taught me about managing a whole lot of different situations as well, and just knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it to be successful and to be able to be a successful person in society.
Okay, and attending Texas Southern, what specific moments that you remember attending that you would never forget?
Okay, well, when I first started attending Texas Southern, that would be some of the hardships getting into Texas Southern University. Meaning, basically, it was not that easy getting in, so we had to go through some trials and tribulations at that particular point in time. It was paperwork was hard to come by. We basically had to sit out in long lines for hours and hours at a time to get seen by representatives at Texas Southern University to process our paperwork. So that was a hardship for us at that particular point in time. It made some people just get out of line, leave, and never come back. But for those of us that really endured and stood our ground, we made it through. Some of us, we got into Texas Southern University and we succeeded on, and many of us graduated, but many of us did not graduate as well.
Okay, so comparisons then and now, I know you still visit the campus. What do you see now that's different from when you did attend?
Okay, I see a lot of diversity. Texas Southern was mainly a black college, historically black college. But now I see more diversity. There's different ethnic groups that attends Texas Southern University. The culture there is kind of still the same, but there's a lot more diversity. Technology is totally better. Like I said before, when we first got there, technology was just really, really inundated, and that was one of the reasons that made it hard for us to actually get into the college, because there was so much paper shuffling. Instead of it being electronically sent, it gave us a lot of issues handled, paperwork being handled by humans. So therefore, technology, the spirit of Texas Southern has changed a lot too. And for some it could be good, for some it could be disappointing. But the spirit there when I was going to school was more social. There was a lot of social activities going on, also education as well, but there was a lot of social activities. People gathered on the particular schoolyard, and we socialized and fraternized with one another, and we knew each other.
Basically, so attending there, if you can remember for me, is there any U.S. history moments that you can recall attending TSU?
Okay, well, the only one that I remember is basically when I think it was Hurricane Katrina that hit, and basically we got flooded out of Texas Southern University. The school closed down, many highways closed down. It was kind of traumatic for us because, we didn't know when we was going to go back to school. And, being in school was very important to many of us, especially me. So I would say that particular moment, Hurricane Katrina that came through, and, it was a lot of families that was displaced during that time, and it was, around the time that I made it to Texas Southern.
Okay. And last but not least question, just tell me about, do you think HBCUs are important, and why aren't they?
HBCUs are very important. It allows adults, young adults, especially Black Americans, to basically figure out themselves, to experience good things, find out what happened wrong. Basically, a whole lot of different avenues of things for young people to experience. Networking, getting to know one another, traveling out of the city of Houston, networking out there in in different states, just really adventuring out to different places and learning different things. Okay, so but basically that's really a big difference there.
Okay. And overall, Mr. Phillips, I just want to thank you so much for answering these questions for me today. And is there anything else you would like to just put out there for our students today?
I just want you to strive to succeed, be successful, have the will to succeed, be the word I'm looking for is basically be adventurous, have fun, and just strive for success. Stay in school, encourage other people